Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Alhamdulillahil Alhamdulillahilladzi hadana li hadza wa ma kunna linahtadiya laula an hadanallah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Hey, good night everyone and welcome to today's seminar about improve your speaking skill and be a good speaker. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Musfira Sefian and I will be your moderator for today's seminar. First of all, I would like to thank you to all audience for joining in the seminar. Before we start the presentation, I would like to introduce our presenter for today. First speaker is Al Qadri. Second speaker is Muhammad Azhar Arsyad. Third speaker Arifin. And last speaker is Sarifa Ekawati. And now I would like to invite Mr. to present his journal. So Al Qadri, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for your time. I'm going to introduce myself in short time. My name is Al-Qadir Halim. Okay. I'm sorry, this is not my my material. This is not my material. This is my material.
Podcast?
Yeah, how to improve your public speaking. This. Okay. Ulang. Okay, thank you for your time. To introduce myself in short time. My name is Al-Qadir Halim. Today I will talk about how to improve your public speaking skills. So, public speaking is a crucial skill for success. Learn tips and teachings to enhance your presence and deliver impactful presentation. Okay, next slide. I will tell you about tips for improving attitude and appearance in public speaking. Provide practical advice on how to project confidence, maintain eye contact, use appropriate gesture, and dress professionally. Okay, next slide is effective communication teachings. Explain the power of storytelling, clear articulation, active listening, and engaging, engaging, engaging body language in delivering impactful message. The next slide is okay. Next slide. Okay. Overcoming public speaking anxiety. Share strategies to manage and overcome nervousness, including deep breathing exercise, positive visualization, and practicing mindfulness. Okay, the next page. Okay, strategies for organizing presentation material. Explore teachingness for structuring presentation, including creating an attention grabbing interaction, organizing content, logency, and delivering a memorable conclusion. Okay, the next page. Now we talk about enhancing vocal quality and body language. Provide tips on improving vocal tone, volume, and projection, as well as utilizing effective body language expressions during public speaking
Ini tapi
engagements.
acara apa?
Okay, and the last page
Talking
is
about Chinese generation.
exercises and practices for improving public speaking skill. Okay, suggest
Yes, sir.
specific exercise and activities such as joining
Jadi mana?
task team tours, practicing improve to speech, and
Kami manjat sih.
speaking feedback to
Itu
continuously
malam-malam.
develop
Tadi bisa juga.
confidence
Tadi
and
sebelum belum announce
proficiency.
duit tadi.
Okay,
Ntar lagi kasih
I think that's all for me. We back to Saudari Muskira.
moderator, Cok.
That was the presentation by Mr. Al-Qadri. And now we're going to the next season. I would like to have two questions from audience. And
Saya bertanya sih.
please raise your hand.
Itu Arif ini.
Yeah,
Just one.
moderator, where are you?
Nah, ini Kodri lagi yang udah pacing-pacing senior pada.
Where is the moderator?
Sabar-sabar saya mau.
Okay, Arifin, time is yours.
Okay, thanks for the time that given for me from moderator. I will be give a question from the for the presentation. How to prepare nutmeg words speaking. Maybe just that. Thank you.
Solid.
Sedikit ya Allah.
Okay, Sarifa Ekawati, time is yours.
Okay, I will ask a question, and my question is order in public how important? That's my question.
Mau dia pura sakit.
Okay, the presenter is welcome to answer the question.
Okay, thank you for your question. Okay, I wanna give you my answer for my brother Arifin. Yeah, his question is how to prepare Namtek words for public speaking. Okay, and this question I can give you four point for your prepare. The first point is select an interesting and relevant topic. This is my the first point, and the second point is create ideas and create contents that's above ground. Okay, the third point is practice how to read and deliver message efficient, effectively.
Kampas aja hilang begitu namanya.
And the last point is practice the talk
Biar bukan premium. Oke.
communally. Okay, I think that's all, and I continue for Sister Saripai Kawati. Her question is order in public talk important? Okay, for public talk important, I think I have to answer for this question. The first point is order is very important in public speaking, and the second, agendas, audience, order, safely, skill, fortitude, and order. I think that's all. This is my answer. I back to the
Kayak di kampungku. Begini, suasana.
Sister Muspira.
Okay, thank you for the answer.
Kau ganti misalnya.
The next presenter,
Tadi yang tadi Pak.
Hasan.
Okay, thank you to the moderator for giving me the opportunity to present my project. Good night, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Azhar, and I will present material with the title podcast.
Apa, Cok?
Ini jari-jarinya.
Okay, as you can see on the first slide. Okay.
Tunggu dulu. Bilang dulu Arvin, wait a second. That's problem.
Sorry, maybe the file is have a problem. Can you wait in the presentation?
Okay, wait. I can.
I'm full sorry about for disturbing. Belum kok kebagi layar, Cok.
Iya, Pak? Bagaimana?
Dasar. Ulangi lagi. Ulangi lagi ya, Pak.
Kenapa nih?
Nggak bisa nih, ya ulangi. Bagi layarku lagi.
Awe. Tanya dulu asar.
Okay, wait.
Oh, biar.
Can you guys see the slide?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, for the first slide, the podcast as the means to improve the speaking skills in English. The
Langsung chat. Ada kesel izin.
Kenapa boleh Cok nggak bisa? Malah beda.
Bilang caranya. Hai, keluar ke.
Iya ini?
Keluar ke kayak.
Saya juga nggak ada. Halo?
Keluar. Maybe
There's a problem
for the moderator can next presentation because the presentation have a problem.
of connection.
Okay, the third presentation is Sarifah Ekawati.
Oh, ano na Sarifah?
Mana? Terima nggak dulu ya?
Belum eh?
Iya.
Ada sih.
I'm
Kirim ulang.
Sarifati. I will read my material about improve your skill English
Ada salah
through
tinggi sekali.
reading. Maybe you can help share the screen.
Udah.
Wait.
Wait a minute.
Second.
Second presentation. Go. Nyali.
Okay. Improve your skill English through reading. From Joseph Asperger. Right now you are reading English. That means that you using your brain in a very active way. Reading is a very active process. It is true that the reader does a lot of work, but the reader also has to work hard. When you read a text, you have to do some or all of this. Imagine a screen in your head, understand clearly what the writer is trying to say, agree or disagree with the writer.
Kenapa na reading? Kira speaking. Saling orang.
Okay, next.
Sebelum na.
Hah? Nggak ada suaranya.
Advantage of reading.
Kau kali.
There are many advantages with reading, including like learning vocabulary in context, a model for writing, saying correctly structured English, working at your own speed, personal interesting, and
Yes, it's right.
you will get information. I have 5 tips for reading.
Siapa chat?
And my first tip is try to read at the right level. Tips 2, make a note of a new vocabulary. The next, try to read regularly.
Halo.
Four is be organized. The last is read what interests you.
Berarti tidak jadi nih yang final. Tidak mengulang semua kayak gitu. Stop.
Lu sapi itu sih. Lu sapi itu Kamis.
Masih ada di besok waktu.
Ih,
Masuk koi. Kenapa nggak? Ah, bicara kok kayaknya so.
Next, Arifin.
Sampai tanggal 7 itu.
Iya.
The next is things to read. Maybe you can read newspaper, You can find English language newspapers is a large cities around the
Gimana
world.
kos kakak?
Newspapers are interesting because they are about real life and knowledge, but they are not easy to read. Try reading newspapers if your level is intermediate
Iya.
or above. Some British newspapers like the Telegraph, the Times, the Independent, the Guardian, the
Ada kos itu
Financial
Rizka.
Times, and the Sunday Times. You can read a magazine. Some magazines are published weekly, some monthly. You can find English language magazine in many large cities around the world. If you cannot find the magazine you want in your town, you may be able to order it in Delivery. Many magazines have features which help your understanding. You will need an intermediate level for most magazines, but a pre-intermediate level may be okay
Aku nak
for
bilang
some
Rizka.
magazines. They are magazines on every subject: politics, sport, the house, cars, music, romance, travel, language,
Weh, wih.
etc. The next
Yun.
is book. Books are divided mainly into have to type
Besok deadline-nya atau kapan?
fictions like history, biography, travel, cooking, etc.
Oh,
And
tapi yang bilang mem di grup.
fiction like stories and novels. The next, short story. Short story can be a good choice when learned to a language because they are short. It's like reading a whole book in a few pages. You have all the excitement of a story in a book, but you only have to read uh, can so you can quickly finish the story and feel that you have achieved something. Short stories are published in magazines, in books of short story, and on the internet. You can also find short story English collection. The next is you can read cornflakes ticket. We mean any product you
Ya,
can
besok
buy
Pipeng.
that has English writing or on
Iya.
writing on or read it. If you buy a book of chocolates or a new camera, why not read the description or instructor in
Thanks
English?
for the time.
There are many, and they all give you all your opportunity to read real English, like airline ticket, bottle of drink,
Ini coba sih.
and the last is poetry. If you like poetry, trading some English language poems. They may not be easy to understand because of the style and vocabulary, but if you work at it, you can usually get an idea or a feeling of what the poet is trying to say. You will find some classic poems with explanation of vocabulary. And maybe that's all for me.
Okay, that was the presentation, Mr. Sarifa. And now we're going to the next season. It's time for the question and answer. I would like to have two questions from audience. Hmm. If anyone want to ask, please raise your hand. Okay, Al Qadri, time is yours.
Banyak orang yang baik yang pernah menonton kita hari ini karena
Tapi kenapa dia
Okay,
pasang
thank
tuh?
you for your time.
meninggal gitu temannya kan
Uh,
jangan meninggal.
okay, my question is, can reading improve language skills? Okay, this is my question.
Ivan
Daan juga lagi.
Okay, Azab, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time. My question is, what is the importance of reading ability? Thank you.
Okay, presenter, invite to answer the question.
Okay, I will answer question from Mr. Sukadri. My answer is the higher is the interest in reading English vocabulary, the greater the ability to write and knowledge, which mean the language skills are higher. Therefore, interest in reading is one of the factors that influence language skill. Next, from Mr. Ashar, and my answer is reading can improve literacy itself. So, with this literacy, uh, we will be better. We will be better able to adapt to work, the environment, and the times. Because if you have less literacy,
Sige, nagpunod siya. Terlepas.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Now
Siapa yang bijak? Kau?
we're going to the next presenter. The next presenter is Arifin. Mr. Arifin, time is yours.
Usul jarinya. Okay. Thanks for the time that given to me by presenter, by moderator, and I will be presentation of my PowerPoint about a simple way to improve speaking skill. Okay, for this presentation, I will be give you about tips for improve your speaking skill. Before I explain my PowerPoint, I will introduction my name. My name is Arifin S from PBEA class 2022 from English Education Department, Islamic University, in Aladdin, Makassar. And let's we to speak about the first content, where the title is Join English Speaking Clubs or Voice Chat. English conservation practice is the most powerful method to understand this language. Conservation help you get the speaking practice you need as well as improve your speaking skill along the way. Surround yourself with like-minded people who are open the idea of practicing together, maybe with playing games or having a meal or just chatting together. And let's do second content is use a mirror and focus on fluency. Set aside a few minutes each day to stand in front of the mirror and practice speaking. Choose a topic you like to speak about. Set a time for 2 minutes and discuss it with your imaginary study buddy or personal. The primary purpose of this speaking exercise is to analyze the way you talk, focus strongly on pronunciation, and learn how to express your idea in English without stopping or taking process when you speak. And that's it. Content is use English pronunciation exercise. And the first thing you should do when learning a new language is study pronunciation because it's much easier to get it right at the beginning than try to fix it later on. And the second, this is why famous polyglot or Gabriel Weiner says in his book Fluent Proper the pronunciation is the first thing you should learn about if you want to understand about the language. And one of the most effective exercise to publish your pronunciation is if you record yourself and correct about what you want. And the next content is start practicing today. If you want to boost your English, this exercise will help. Some of the exercise require a specific amount of time during the day while others can be done on the go. Try to plan your time wisely by thinking of the skill you must improve. Then you can focus on the English exercise. That will make the biggest impact. Whatever your native language is, you can upgrade your English skill to the level of a native speaker. Why not start practicing today? Maybe just for me, hope it is useful. Thank you, Becky Tip, for the moderator.
Solid.
Masih bunyi, Cok. Bagaimana itu dia?
Aman sih. Saya banyak juga teman-teman. Lama 33 menit, Cok.
Belum pengen masuk.
Hah? Belum dasar? Lama. Saya
Okay,
Dewi.
that was the presentation by Mr. Arifin, and now we're going to the next session. Our next session is question and answer, and I would like to have two questions from audience. If anyone want to ask, please raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
Okay, Saripa, please. Time is yours.
Okay, Mr. Arifin.
Keluar biasa,
My
Cok.
question is, what can we do? What can we do with the mirror to improve our speaking skill? That's my question.
Who else to ask? Please raise your hand.
Udah kena dengar gitu Azhar.
Lama, Cok.
Al-Qadri, do you have question?
Senyumnya dulu. Biar nih.
Asar, asar. Terlele.
Sakit mau dia apa?
Okay, Azhar, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for opportunity. Okay, my question is, what can we do with the mirror to improve our speaking skills? Thank you. Back to moderator.
Okay, Mr. Arifin, invite to answer the question.
Okay, thanks for the time, moderator. I will to answer the question from Saripa Ikawati, yaitu that how can joining a study club improve our speaking skill? If you're joining a language club or study club, allows you to explore a language outside or inside of the structure and formality of a classroom setting. You may feel more comfortable speaking in the environment if there are parts of the language you are grasping. And if you join the club, you can to ask what you are not understand and you can to teach what you understand to each other. And for other question, what can we do with the mirror to improve our speaking skill? For this, the first step is you must to find a mirror in your house and stand in front of it and having a observation with yourself. So imagine you are speaking with a friend or a native English speaker. Very about your topics, express your opinion and ask yourself maybe just from me. I will give
Okay, thank for the answer you gave. Is there any other question? Answer. If nothing, now we're going to the next presenter. The next presenter is the next presenter, Mr. Azhar again because have a problem. Mr. Azhar, time is yours.
Okay, thank you to moderator. I will continue my project, and my project as mean through act. On the second slide, you can see why improve speaking skill in English. The first, for global communication, English is widely spoken, and understanding other is essential for effective communication in today's interconnect world. The second is enhance learning, improve speaking skills, strengthen all language areas like speaking, writing, and reading. And the last is career advancements. Okay, the next slide. As you can see, guys, the role of podcast in language learning is a podcast offer an immersive and and learning experience that help improve listening skill efficiently. Okay, the next slide. The benefit of using podcasts to improve speaking skills, which is exposure to different accent and speech pattern, and then enhance vocabulary and language proficiency, and then enhance and convency learning experience. Okay, next slide. Okay, I will give you guys tips for effective use of a podcast in language learning. The first is setting goals and selecting appropriate podcasts, and then active listening technique. And third, note taking and summarizing. Okay, the next resource for finding suitable podcasts. Okay, popular English learning podcast recommendation is explore podcasts like The English We Speak, like TAD Talk and IELTS podcasts. And directories and platforms. Okay, the next slide. Okay, for the last is conclusion. The first, the impact of podcasts on listening skills improvement. Like podcasts provide an immersive and enjoyable learning experience. And the second, encouraging continued use and exploration of podcasts. You can keep exploring the first podcast and make listening practice a regular habit to reap long-term benefit. Okay, maybe just all from me. I return it to moderator.
Okay, that was the presentation by Mr. Azar, and now we're going to the next season is question and answer. And if want to ask, please raise your hand. Okay, Mr. Arifin, time is yours. Okay, Al Qadri, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for your time. Uh, my question is, how can I use podcasts to improve my English skills? Solid.
Okay, uh, thank you for the question, and I I will invite the presenter to answer.
Okay, I will answer the question from brother Arifin. The question is why podcasts can help improve English skill. Okay, the podcasts provide the ability to listen to English realistically and authentically. You can hear a variety of accent, speaking rates, and topics, helping to improve your listening comprehension and English vocabulary. Okay, we move to the second question from a brother Al Qadri Halim. The question is how can I use a podcast to improve my English skill? You can start by choosing a podcast that suits to interest and English level. Listen the podcast regularly, paying attention to the intonation and vocabulary used, and try to not down and words of expression. You can also repeat parts that are difficult to understand. Okay, I return it to moderator.
Okay, thank you for the answer. If nothing, no, if nothing respond, now we are going to the next season. Finally, we come to the last season of this seminar. And before I close this seminar, I will say thank you for I will thank you to the presenter and also thank you to the audience for your part for you joining this seminar. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih.
Solid. Ya Allah.
Terima kasih sudah.
Jam berapa besok? Jam berapa besok masuk? 9. Tidak ada. Tidak ada. Tidak masuk, tidak ada, Ji.